Yo, what's good, gang? It's the Dope Guy, and I am back with another video, big dog. Yo, I hope you guys are all doing well out there because I'm doing alright. Here I am, spinning the block with content for y'all, man, my soul. Hey, man, today's video, we got Chasing the Sun Uncut with Handre Pollard, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Springboks, South African rugby team. Much love, respect to them, bro. You know what I'm saying? I did the one on Mapimpi when the coach was talking about him, which was a dope piece that I checked out, man. Shout out to that. You know what I'm saying? But to learn more about Handre, I think I pronounced his name, Handre Pollard. Handre, but is it Handre? Handre Pollard. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody in South Africa. Much love, respect to y'all, man. But to tap in, learn more about bro, him playing on the Springboks, you know what I'm saying? And his, probably going to talk about his upbringing and whatnot. So I cannot wait to hop into it. But before we do that, subscribe to the Dope Guy. That way to get notifications every time I upload. And from right here on Snapchat to Instagram right across the bottom screen. So with that being said, I'm not going to hold you much longer because you already know this. Go, big dog. Let's get into it. Yes, sir.
Alright. Sorry for the interruption. And we go ahead.
Okay, so your reaction to when Sia was appointed?
Well, when Sia was appointed, I mean, a lot of us suspected it a bit, also not, because we were in a different place back in 2018. So, but I mean, looking back at it now, it's he's such a influential person in South Africa. He was a role model and an inspiration to a lot of people before he was appointed captain.
Chasing the Sun.
And when it happened, I mean, it made so much sense. He's a great player and he's a great person as well, and also a leader. He's been from a young age. So when he was appointed, it was sort of just like, wow, okay, awesome. And the people in the country just rallied, and it was truly, I don't think even he realized at the moment the magnitude of it. But it, of course, became this massive story, and he's an inspiration to not only South Africa, but to us as players and teammates as well.
Part of that story is that he's the first black captain of the team. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, being back in South Africa, we all know that
the first black captain, man, that's dope, man. Shout out to Handre Pollard, bro. That's dope. First black captain
of our country and how it's been, and I think it was such a great timing and a great time for something like that to happen. It was long overdue for a black captain, I think, in our country, because with the dynamics of our country, a lot of people can relate to the Springboks now that he's captain, and seeing him run out there and being the inspiration and the great story it is. It was a big thing, not only rugby wise, but for the country. It was massive.
And you've led teams as well, so can you talk a little bit?
So he's on Handre Pollard, I believe. I don't be remembering, but I've probably seen him in highlights and whatnot. I don't be remembering, but yeah.
About what it means to you to be a leader, and sort of what's incorporated in being a leader, and then how Sia, how he led the team and how he brought people together.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I was put in leadership positions quite a few times, and it's something I really enjoyed and relished, and it sometimes brought the best out of me. So I enjoyed that. But Sia being appointed, he took a sort of a different look at it, and he knew that he can't do everything himself. It's a massive.
Okay, he's Handre Pollard.
And
my bad.
He's going to get off the field, which is great.
I'm just going to ask her to.
Listen to you.
I just hear them.
Sorry.
Sorry, we're just hearing the phone in the background. Is it okay?
Oh, listen.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, perfect.
So you were saying that it's a bit different. You guys ready? Okay. Camera? So you're saying you took it to...
Yeah, so I mean, we knew as a group that him being appointed captain is going to be massive off the field, all the stories and the inspiration, all of that, which is great. But for him to have all of that stuff off the field and then leading us in the field, it's a lot to put on one person. So he sort of early identified a few of us to support him in that role, and it's something we enjoyed, and we of course said yes to do so, because one guy cannot have all that responsibility and still play well, which is the most important thing at the end of the day. So
this is why this team will forever be upper echelon when it comes to international rugby, bro. They play as all teams should, but they really share the load. Like, everybody should not have that one responsibility. This is why they win. This is why they win majority of the rugby cups, from what I learned. You know what I'm saying? This is why this team will always be successful, because of the culture they built in their locker room, bro. As a Springbok, bro. For real. In the country.
They had a few guys you could go to as bankers, and we try to look after the rugby stuff, the on-field stuff, mostly, and make sure that he doesn't have to worry about that, and you can just focus on all the media stuff, which is a big part in any sport, and all the off-field stuff.
So he really sort of unified you guys by accepting that one person, you know, that he can't do it all alone, and he was honest about that, it sounds like.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Just knowing, because it's impossible to do all of that by yourself. So, but we always supported him, and he trusted us, which was massive, to make calls and do stuff whenever we felt was the right thing to do. And having that trust between each other was awesome.
That's cool. That's pretty special. That
I like that.
You know, that because I think a lot of times there can be some ego involved, perhaps, as well. So it sounds. Can you maybe talk a little bit about how the team came together with and behind Sia?
Yeah, that's probably one of the main things Rassie taught us or told us not to have as an ego. If you have an ego when you play for the Springboks, you would just tell you the next day, please leave.
Right,
There's
see?
no room for egos in that squad.
It's almost like they're like the San Antonio Spurs of rugby, bro. If you ever watch basketball, Spurs with Tim Duncan, Greg Popovich, bro, those teams, nobody had ego issues, bro. They all shared the wealth amongst each other. That's why they were so successful, bro.
Like it should be. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about the team, in South Africa. So knowing that there's no egos in the group, I thought it was going to be a bit harder than it was, but the group we had together, we didn't think about stuff too much. Whenever Rassie or Sia, one of the leaders, said something, and like saying there's no egos in this team, everybody just rallied behind them and trusted in their decisions.
Sounds like a good team to support.
Awesome.
So we moved sort of into closer, maybe 2 or 3 months before the championship. Sia gets injured. Can you talk about sort of what effect that had on the team and how that might also affect how a player can be affected by injury?
Yeah, no, massive. I mean, I've had a fair share of injuries, so I know all about it, and he also had a few in his career. So, but we knew Sia would be ready for the World Cup, but to miss out on all that build-up, that championship before the World Cup is so massive to get stuff in place, to build confidence as a group. So it was a big shot for us, or big knock. But also, that being said, within the group there's so many leaders just naturally. So we had Dwayne becoming captain for the championship, and a guy like Kwagga Smith getting opportunity to play test match rugby and preparing him and giving him a taste of what's to come if he goes to the World Cup, which he did. So it wasn't good, but it was a good opportunity for other guys to fulfill roles that they normally would not have fulfilled.
And I guess also it sounds like Sia was there the entire time with the team, so everybody was supported kind of on all sides, both him and his recovery and you guys as a team with your captain. Yeah,
100%. No, it's again, in the team, if you're injured, you're never not with a team. You're always training with a team.
Have to, man. You gotta keep that camaraderie.
I
don't know if I said it right. Camaraderie. I think I'm saying it right. I don't know, y'all. But yeah, you gotta keep that chemistry for real.
That you're not behind or you're lacking on some detail. Whenever somebody came back, we knew they were fit, they were strong, and they were mentally in a good place to just slot in and
next man up
at the highest level.
And like you said, you have a lot of experience with that because you've had a couple of pretty significant injuries in the past. Can you tell us a little bit about what that experience was like and sort of how that impacted you as a player and what it made you come like what it made you realize about the game and your relationship?
That was a massive part in my, not even just career, I think in my life. Coming out of school, I was fortunate and very blessed to play in the highest level at a very young age, and everything was just going well for 2-3 years, and I was sort of in this cloud where life's just awesome, playing for Springboks, earning good money, everything's just great. And then something like that happens where I was out of the game for about 14 months, where you sit back and then you realize, it's like any injury, you sit back and you see, okay, who's actually your real friends, who's your family, of course, supports you, but you actually see how few people actually really care about you, because when you're playing for the Springboks, it's easy for a lot of people to be your friend and care for you. And in that moment, I remember I was lying in hospital, and it wasn't something that bothered me. It was actually an awesome feeling knowing, okay, now I know who's my support base, who's my inner circle I can trust, and people I can phone any day of the month. And it just made me realize that there's more to life than rugby, because until that moment, I didn't think so. I just played rugby and I loved it.
It was just rugby, especially until you get injured. When you get hurt, that kind of humbles you, bro. And then you're gonna see who's really down for you, bro. When you're not on your high horse anymore, because you had the injuries kind of knock you down a little bit. So you really have to. It humbles you, and then you see who's really care for you, who's really down for you, bro. Not just all about rugby, bro.
More to it, and I look back at experiences I had before the injuries, and you don't always enjoy or take everything in as you should, because you think, there'll be next time, there'll be next week, there'll be next tournament. Just sit back, and then after that, I came back with a whole different mindset, not just in rugby but in life also, but more in rugby, of just appreciating every single day, being a part of the Springboks every single day, getting selected for the squad every single time, what an honour it is, and how much you should enjoy it, because it's not going to last, it's going to end. It could end any day, so just savouring those moments even more is the big thing I took out of it.
And that was dope, man. Shout out to Handre Pollard, man. Very humble guy, you know what I'm saying? Playing for the Springboks, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Springboks. That's why they're going to always be, that team is going to always be on the mountaintop, bro. They always going to be top tier, you know what I'm saying? Because their culture, no egos whatsoever. Egos be killing shit. Let's be real. Egos would kill a whole situation, bro. Let me say, not unalive a whole situation, bro. And that's what it does, man. So shout out to the coaching staff and everybody in the culture who have everybody check their egos at the door, bro. Because if you all about your ego, all about being the best at individual player, man, you might as well get to exit stage left and shit. Well, I'm pointing to my right, but you get what I'm saying, bro. But yeah, man. So shout out to them for having that culture, man. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. That's why I love watching their team, man. They be going crazy, man. They be litty. You know what I'm saying? Eben Etzebeth, you know, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Cheslin Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of them, bro. So shout out to them. But yo, I hope you enjoyed the reaction to this video. If you enjoy my reaction, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Dope Guy Big Dog. Hit the notification bell whenever I upload. Follow me here on Snapchat and Instagram right across the bottom screen. Any other videos you may check out, please comment to this video and my other videos. And leave likes and comments on all my videos to help grow the channel, help the algorithm for sure. Any more videos you may check out, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I got y'all to spin the block. But yeah, man, this is the Dope Guy, and I am out. Yes, sir.